All right, let's dive right in. Today we're tackling how to hire shader developers.
Shader developers.
Yeah,
Okay.
the folks who make games in VR look incredible, the visual wizards.
Gotcha. Makes sense.
And we're going to do this fast because, let's face it,
Yeah.
time is money, especially when you're trying to build a team.
Totally. And I think that's one of the biggest things that the perfectdeveloper.com stresses,
What's that?
this market.
Hmm.
It's super competitive right now. Everybody wants their project to just pop visually.
Right, got to stand out.
Exactly.
Which is why, before we even get into the FAQs, I think it's
Yeah.
worth mentioning, the perfectdeveloper.com has this really neat 5-question quiz.
Oh, yeah.
It helps you figure out like what kind of shader developer you actually need because it's not one size fits all, right?
Nope, definitely not. Projects are all so different.
Exactly. So check that out, theperfectdeveloper.com.
Get that clarity.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Now, when we think about must-have skills, right? For these shader developers, what are we really looking for?
Okay, so imagine you're building a house.
Okay,
You need that solid foundation, right?
got it.
In shader dev world, that foundation is the languages.
Okay, the code.
The code, exactly. So we're talking GLSL, HLSL, Metal. These are the big ones.
Whoa. Slow down for a second.
Okay, sorry.
GLSL, HLSL, and what was the last one?
Metal.
Metal. Okay, so those are like the tools of the trade.
Exactly. And which one they got to master depends on, what are you building this for? PC game, mobile.vr. Each platform kind of has its own thing.
Okay, so that makes sense. So that's like step one, you got to know the language.
Right.
But then what about experience with game engines? Like, does it matter if they've used Unity, Unreal Engine, that kind of thing?
So it's not always a deal breaker, but
Oh.
think of it like this. Imagine you're hiring a chef
Okay, I like where this is going.
and they've never used an oven before.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Might know the theory, but getting dinner on the table?
Yeah, that's going to be a problem.
Exactly. So same with shader devs. Knowing those engines, it's a massive advantage, shows they can actually ship a product.
So it's not just about the fancy code. It's about knowing how to use it in the real world.
Absolutely. Yeah, and the perfectdeveloper.com, they really highlight something that I think gets missed a lot.
Oh, what's that?
It's not just about knowing the code, you know?
Okay, there's more to it.
Yeah, it's problem solving, like really being able to think on your feet.
So, like, if something goes wrong, they can figure it out.
Exactly. They actually had this story
Oh, yeah.
about a dev team facing a crazy deadline, and the shader dev, boom, not only found the glitch,
Okay.
but also came up with this workaround that actually made the visuals even better.
Wow. So it's like turning a problem into an opportunity.
Totally. That's the kind of developer you want. Someone who's not just a coder, but a creative problem solver.
Makes sense. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room.
With salary.
The salary. Yeah. Everyone wants to know, can you make good money as a shader developer?
I mean, it's tech, right? So the answer usually yes.
Okay, but give us the specifics. What are we talking about here?
So starting out entry level, you're probably looking at around maybe 60, 80,000 a year, something like that.
Okay, not bad.
But the ceiling is high. The perfectdeveloper.com, their data shows like senior level, those who really know their stuff, especially if they're pushing boundaries, visually,
Yeah.
they can hit 180K, even more.
Wow. So experience really pays off here.
It does. Got to put in the time, learn the craft.
Now, where are these jobs, geographically speaking, are we all moving to Silicon Valley?
California is definitely a hot spot, no doubt.
Right.
But Europe's got a strong game dev scene too. Good salaries there. Yeah. And Asia, don't forget Asia, their gaming market is massive.
So really, there are opportunities all over the place.
If you're willing to relocate, yeah, for sure.
Okay, cool. So we've talked skills, we've talked salary, but what about the type of work? Are we talking full-time gigs, freelance? What's the deal?
So this is where Project Scope comes in. The perfectdeveloper.com, they're really good on this.
Okay, so tell me more.
If you need like constant visual development, ongoing, full-time is probably the way to go.
Hey, it's here.
But if it's a shorter project, maybe you just need a few key effects. Freelance could be smarter, more cost-effective.
Right.
Yeah.
So you got to weigh your options.
Exactly. And then there's the question of, hiring overseas.
Oh, yeah, to save on costs.
Right. But the perfectdeveloper.com, they do warn about the challenges there, managing remote teams, communication, all that.
Yeah, that can be tough, for sure. So, all right, we've covered a lot of ground here.
We have.
We know what skills to look for. We know the salary range. We know the different types of work arrangements. But where do we actually find these shader developers? Is it just a matter of hitting up the job boards, or is there a better way? It's like more than just job boards, right?
Yeah, the perfectdeveloper.com, they really emphasize that, like,
Mm-hmm.
get out there in the community. Like,
Yeah.
go where the devs actually hang out.
Okay, so like,
Places like GameDev.net, ArtStation.
okay, yeah.
See what people are sharing, their portfolios.
So it's like you're not just looking at a resume, you're seeing their actual work.
Right, exactly. Get a feel for their style, their skills.
Okay, and when we're looking at that work, I mean, obviously technical skills are important,
Huge.
but is there something else that we should be looking for?
Yeah, you hit it. It's not just about can they code. It's like, do they have that artistic eye?
That visual flair.
Exactly. Can they make something that not only works, but is beautiful, captivating?
Because at the end of the day, that's what's going to draw players in.
Totally. And the perfectdeveloper.com, actually, they've done some research on this.
Oh, yeah.
They found that the best shader devs, the ones who really stand out, they have this blend of technical expertise
Okay.
and artistic sensibility.
So it's like left brain, right brain, both firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, exactly. Look for portfolios that show that, like realistic lighting, shadows, textures.
Okay, yeah, the detail.
The details, and can they create custom materials, that look believable? Have they worked on complex effects that show like problem solving, but also creativity?
So how do you even balance that when you're hiring? Like, do you
Yeah.
prioritize one over the other?
It's tough, honestly. There's no easy answer. It really depends on your project, your team, what you're trying to achieve.
Right.
But that's why the perfectdeveloper.com's quiz is so useful. It helps you like pinpoint what's actually important for you.
So it's tailored to your specific needs.
Exactly. It's like a roadmap for your hiring journey.
So, bottom line, if you're out there, you're feeling lost in this whole shader dev world, don't go it alone.
Oh.
Theperfectdeveloper.com. They've got the resources, the insights to help you find that perfect visual wizard.
Because when you do find them, it's magical.
It really is. It's like they bring your project to life in a way that you couldn't have imagined.
Totally. It's that extra layer of polish, that wow factor that makes all the difference.
All right, so there you have it, our mini deep dive into the world of hiring shader developers.
Hope you learned something.
Yeah, hopefully you feel a little more confident now, ready to go out there and build your dream team.
And hey, don't forget,
Yeah.
don't make a costly mistake. Get that clarity fast. Try the 5 questions at theperfectdeveloper.com.
Awesome. Thanks for joining us today.
Anytime.